There are 6 things that you should never say at work. These things are not horrible. They're not going to get you fired. However, they don't make you appear real confident and professional. And I got to tell you, I have been guilty of saying almost all of these things. However, I'm trying to be more and more intentional and catch myself because I'm realizing they really don't make me look very confident. The first thing you should never say at work is the phrase kind of, meaning this is kind of confusing, or I kind of think they meant this. It's almost like you're trying to soften what you're trying to say when you say kind of. If something's confusing, just say this is confusing in certain ways versus this is kind of confusing. Or I think this person meant this instead of I kind of think they meant this. It's one of those sayings that sounds polite, but it really doesn't make you look very confident. The second phrase you should never use at work is I'll try. Now, all of us have been guilty of this. Whenever we've been given a task or whenever somebody requests something of us, almost every single one of us has said, I'll try. However, it's really kind of confusing to the other person because when you say, I'll try, they're not really sure, does that mean yes or does that mean no? And are you going to get back with them? I'll try leads to a lot of confusion and it doesn't make you look very strong at work. So for instance, instead of saying, I'll try to get this done by the end of the day, say, I'm going to work on this and I'll get back with you at this time and give you a status update. The third thing you should never say at work, and I'm still fighting myself on this one because I have gotten in such a habit of doing it, and that is using the word just. When we use the word just, it sounds so polite. I just wanted to check back with you, or I just wanted to ask you. It seems polite, but actually we're discounting ourselves when we say, I just. So say what you need to say, ask what you need to ask, and delete the word just. The next phrase you should never say is, this may be a stupid question, or this may be off base. What you're doing is, again, you are discounting yourself. Ask the question that you need to ask. Make the point that you need to make. Because when you say, this may be a stupid question or this may be off base, it's almost like you are discounting what you're getting ready to say. And people aren't going to take you very seriously if you say it like that. The fourth phrase you should never say, and even if you don't say it, I'm sure you've heard other people say it. And that is, that's above my pay grade. It sounds innocent enough because what you're saying is you don't have the authority to make the decision on that. But there's a lot more professional ways to say if you don't have the authority to make the decision on that. Because when you say that's above my pay grade, you're actually bringing your salary, your pay into the equation going, I don't get paid enough for that. Instead, you can say something like, I don't have the authority to make that decision. However, if I did, this is the decision that I would make. So it shows that you're taking ownership even when you don't have the authority to make the decision. And the next thing you should never say at work, and I've been guilty of this one too, and that is using the word like, meaning using it as a filler word. Like, I really don't know how to get started on this. Or like, what does she want me to do? Or I was like so overwhelmed. Using the word like in those situations is harmless enough. However, it's not a professional filler word. So there's no need for it. Once again, say what you need to say, ask what you need to ask, and leave the filler words out. Now, believe me, I know that all of this is easier said than done because like I said, I am still guilty of doing some of these, even though I know that they're not professional and I should not say them in a professional setting. However, I go back and I reread my emails. If I see any of these words in there, I take them out. If I'm listening to a Zoom recording of myself and I catch myself saying some of these words, I've actually asked people to help me because I am saying this word a lot and I have no idea when I'm saying it. So get people to help keep you accountable. Thanks for watching, and I hope you'll subscribe to my channel.